This is the one song, one weekend challenge. The way it's going to work is I'm going to write one great song over a 3-day weekend. On Friday, I'm going to have 2 3-hour sessions. Then on Saturday, I'm going to have 2 3-hour sessions. On Sunday, I'm going to go to church, and then I'm going to come home and have 1 3-hour session. The work tape of my song is due by midnight on Sunday. So let's see what I come up with. All right, you ready to hear how my first session went? My first session was an absolute bust. I'm ditching that idea. This is not the first time I have just completely bombed that idea. It's too broad. I don't even have a title for the song. I got like 50 million different stories. It's just too broad of an idea. I think it can be a good idea, but I think it needs to be a co-write. I need to take it to a co-write. I do not wish to continue this idea. I think I need to choose an idea where I've got an exact title, I've got an exact premise, I know what angle I'm going to use. I don't have to. Honestly, it's like the premise of the idea is, well, you know, what really matters most is just living and enjoying your life, but that's not what matters most. Now, loving is arguable, whether like loving is the most important thing in life you can do, and I think that might be more of the premise. And I think I had kind of been chasing the title, The Love You Give, you know, which could be a good one. But I think honestly I'm gonna ditch that title and call that first writing session a bust, because I just feel like I'm not going to waste another session on it. This is like the 5th time I've tried to write this premise, and I just can't. I could probably do it, but I'm not going to continue down that path on this particular challenge. So, writing session number 1 was a bust. We're moving into writing session number 2, and I think the idea I'm going to write, it's a much more clearly defined title. It's an exact title. It's a much more clearly defined premise, and it's not as complicated. I'm going to write that title, That Little Girl. The title, That Little Girl, came from when my wife would say, that little girl's in there waiting for you. You need to spend time with that little girl. So that title, That Little Girl, kept popping out. And honestly, once she's older, I'm not going to have the same emotions that I have right now. So I really want to write the title while I'm feeling those emotions. Now, I've always loved my daughters, but it's different. It's not like when they're toddlers. So I want to write that title, That Little Girl. I want to write that this weekend. That's the song I'm chasing, That Little Girl. And That Little Girl is a title that I will be glad to have, that I'd be happy to have in my title list. So yeah, the first session was a botch. So the second session went a lot better. That first idea was just like ridiculous. I mean, it was just, the premise was too all over the place. You know what I mean? It was just that's not the first time I've failed at that idea. And that's no excuse. I get that. But this was a lot better. It was a lot smaller of a target to hit. And so I'm excited about the start of this one. Honestly, if I'd have sat here and had another 3 hours, I probably could have finished it. But it sounds like a country song. You know, I'm excited about the start of it. And it might not really end up being a hit song. It might not. But it's going to be one that's special to my family. You know what I mean? Like some of those that I've written, like the one I wrote for Caitlin and the one I wrote for Caleb. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to be excited to play this one out, I think. I just got to keep plugging away. And that's why I'm glad I'm not just doing 1 3-hour session and I kind of just take what I get in that 3 hours. I've got 3 more sessions, and now that I'm hot on the trail of it, I really feel like I can hammer this one out to be something that I can be proud of. So that's how attempt number 2 or session 2 went. Session 2 was much better, and I think I made the right decision when I made the executive decision to just ditch the first idea. And honestly, if I had 2 sessions on this title, I think I'd probably have most of a song by now. So I'm thinking tomorrow, especially by that second session tomorrow, I think I'm going to mostly have this done, and then that third one hopefully can just be tweaking and recording the work tape all in that one session on Sunday. All right, let's see what else we can. Let's see how the third session goes. Okay, so session number 3 was the best of all. I actually got like most of a song written. I've got a verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and bridge. All I really need is a verse 2, because it's not going to be this really complicated 4-verse song. It's just going to be, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. So I've got most of it. I'm excited about it. I'm not sure if it's a hit song, but it is a song that I would enjoy playing out. It's an up-tempo song, and it's a song that I definitely would enjoy playing out. So honestly, I've got 2 more sessions to write a verse 2 and then do some rewriting. I think we're on point to be able to finish this and have a decent song to add to my repertoire, to my catalog. Cool. All right, let's see what happens. So I go into write 4 in 1 hour, and I'm hoping by the end of today that I've got a complete song, the bones of a complete song written, and then tomorrow is just all about rewriting. That was always my goal. So we'll see. I'll update you in part 4. Okay, session 4 is done. Session 4 was a struggle because I don't know why. I literally only had to come up with 1 verse. I think I kept trying to write another story like the first verse, and the first verse just came so easily, and I kept trying to write another story, and I just don't think another story needed to happen. It needed to be this kind of philosophical thought. And I struggled. Okay, so here's what it is. After 4 sessions, I technically have a complete song. There is a whole song in there. I could perform it at a writer's night or record it, but that second verse is just not right. I actually have 2 options for verse 2. I like everything else except verse 2. But I think I'm hot on the trail. Like if I'd had another hour, I would have completed verse 2, because I think I have the thought. I have the premise of verse 2. But I needed probably another hour on it. As I go into this last session, this last write tomorrow, I'm going to wrap it up. And so I'm going to wrap, really, I'm considering the song complete. And I'm considering tomorrow a rewrite session. And that's what I wanted to do, is for Sunday's write to be a rewrite session. So honestly, I've written the song, but I'm going to go into tomorrow and I'm going to have 3 hours to rewrite it, really focusing largely on that second verse. And I don't think I'm going to have to completely rewrite it, because like I said, I think I was hot on the trail of it. I think I had the premise right there at the end, and I think really just I'm mostly there. So I'm going to be able to work tape this song tomorrow. Now, am I going to want to make some changes next week or the week after? Yeah, probably, but I'm going to have a pretty decent song. Irregardless, I have the song now. Like if I had to work tape the thing right now, I technically have succeeded in the challenge, but because I got a song that I'm decently proud of. It's just that I feel like I would cringe every time I got to that second verse. I want to be proud of, I'm really proud of that first verse. I want to be just as proud as the second verse. So that was how session number 4 went. All right, we got 1 more session. Let's see what happens. Well, session number 5, the last session, Sunday afternoon. Went to church this morning and came home and did session 5 from 2 to 4:15. And honestly, I have got a printed out chord chart of a complete song sitting here. I'm pretty proud of it. Is it a hit song? I don't know, because here's the thing. I might have set myself up for failure saying I'm going to write a hit song, or I'm going to write a song of the year, that being the challenge. Who knows? I mean, if John Mayer heard it and just fell in love with it somehow and he wanted to record it, maybe it would be a hit. Maybe it'll just be played at writers' nights by me. I don't know. So honestly, here's the thing though. Here's the reason I think that this weekend was a success. Because I've got a song that I'm proud of playing at writers' nights. And if I played at a coffee shop or out at another venue, I would be proud to play this song. So I'm proud to put it in my book and have it as a part of my catalog. I'm going to pitch it, likely to a publisher. I'm going to record a demo of it. So it's worth recording a demo of. It's a personal song, which is a huge plus. It's an up-tempo song, which is a mega huge plus. A good up-tempo song is like a diamond in the rough, or it's like a, precious jewel. But I finished it. I finished the one song, 1 weekend challenge. Honestly, I did it in 4 sessions because the first session really was a bust. The song I started the first session was a botch and I ditched it. And I'm glad I did because I like this song. So that's session 5. That's the one song, 1 weekend challenge. All right, let's listen to the song. Here we go. I got cut off for the 3rd time by some hipster in a Malibu. He was hitting them brakes and waving his hands like he ain't got a thing to lose. I'm still fantasizing about tenderizing his face till it's black and blue. But that little girl waiting by the front door for her daddy to come back home, she probably wouldn't understand this blue planet we live on a whole new level of crazy. But I'll be the better man because I'm the whole wide world to that little girl. I stopped by the store to buy her a toy just so I could see my baby smile. This obnoxious drunk come stumbling up, tried to cut in front of me in line. Now I ain't trying to do any time just to satisfy my pride. But that little girl waiting by the front door for her daddy to come back home, she probably wouldn't understand this blue planet we live on a whole new level of crazy. But I'll be the better man. This song is cause I'm the whole wide world but that little girl. I might not be your favorite cup of tea, hey, but that's just fine by me, cause I'm the whole wide world to that little girl. Yay. Maddie, what'd you think about it? You like it? Yay.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
You like that one? Just got cut off for the 3rd time. Some hipster in a Malibu. Now he's hitting them brakes, waving his hands like he got a thing to lose. I'm fantasizing about tenderizing his face till it's black and blue. But that little girl waiting by the front door for daddy to come back home, she probably wouldn't understand this blue planet we live on a whole new be the better man, 'cause I'm the whole wide world to that little girl. So get you. I stopped by the store to buy her a toy just so I could see my baby smile. And some obnoxious drunk comes stumbling up, tried to cut from me in line. Now I ain't inclined to a little time.